Hey, good morning. It's Friday Coffee Vlog Post Day. I have no idea what I'm going to talk about today. I have a few ideas about talking about games. Some people have mentioned, and I need to slow down because I'm on my second pot. Yes, I just brewed my second pot. To be fair, the first pot I only get half of because I have to share it with Tanya as she gets ready for work. But I will try to slow down. Good morning. Some of the comments in the last two posts is I have some friends that are a little concerned. Well, on Monday, behind me, you saw SWTOR, Star Wars The Old Republic, a fantastic game that I absolutely love, still love, would recommend to anybody, love playing with my guild, Redeemed, that I'm the guild master of, and trying to get that set up to where there's not as much responsibility to one person, but spread out. That's another chapter of another story. Then on Wednesday, oh no, the game that should not be mentioned was behind me, and that being WoW. Yes, I activated a 7-day trial thing and possibly had somebody help me with another thing, but it's just a escape. And then today, you have Lotro back here. Well, it is. Well, now, I haven't logged into Lotro in 4 weeks, but I just wanted to break it up. So I want to talk about games a little bit. I'm the type of gamer that I get very excited and very dedicated to a few games. I'm not a collector. I have a friend who's a collector, and she just wants to get them all like Pokemon cards. But I've never been that kind of guy because I'm very. I don't want to spend a lot of money for a game and have it be crap, and I'm always worried that what I'm going to get is crap, and so I get kind of narrowed in. And truthfully, it wasn't until 7 or 8 years ago that I played first-person shooters predominantly, and only got into MMOs with some friends who. We started our own L2J server, Lineage 2 server, but that's a whole other chapter as well. But let me go back to where I was trying to go so people don't get all scared that Mike's leaving Tor. I'm not leaving Tor. I love Tor. I love everything about it. I just sometimes need breaks from everything I do in my life, and you do too, I would think. When I was playing WoW, which I played for 7 years straight, before the last expansion came out, I had almost every class max level, so I was an altaholic, and I actually enjoy the journey, I think, sometimes more than the end. Raiding and all that's fun, but it can become so stressful, become a job, that I just like to re-roll and just experience that again, and meet new friends and have a great journey along the way. Well, during WoW, I left a couple times in the middle of that 7 years, and I would come back and play Lotro, which is another game I absolutely love. Turbine has done a fantastic job. I'm a huge Lord of the Rings lore fan, and so it just fits. But it's another game that I'll play for a little while, and then I'll come back to WoW, and then I'll come back to that, and I'll bounce around, and now I play Tor, and I'll take a little break and maybe play WoW. And you got to realize that playing WoW for me, even though some of it can be repetitive and very boring, when you play a game for 7 years, and some of you even have more history with playing games like EQ or EQ2, which have been around a lot longer, and you know what I'm talking about. You get these emotional ties to different things within the game. One thing I absolutely love is when I came back and just started playing briefly for a little break, is the music. The guys at Blizzard and their music department, they have hooks in their music that just draws me in, and I'm so there. And then the lore and different things. So it's these emotional ties, and then the memories. Unfortunately, the older we get, we try to depend on these memories, and sometimes our memories are clouded with a lot of stuff that gets in the way. We think that the good old days were fantastic, but often in all things, the good old days were often not good. They were old, but they had a lot of problems, but we tint them with a different view in our mind because we want to remember the good stuff. And so sometimes you go back for nostalgia reasons. So I say that to say, I'm still playing Tor, I'm playing WoW, I'm playing Lotro, and holy cow, have you seen how many other MMOs, just MMOs now, are going free to play? Just yesterday I got an email that Ion was going free to play. Ion, gorgeous game. Not interested. I played the beta. I was going to become a part of it during its initial launch with the Old Timers Guild and OTG back in the day. But once I started playing and you get beyond the beauty of the game, which it is, it becomes a massive grind fest. Not for me. That's not the leveling and the journey experience I enjoy. But you got all these games that are coming free to play, a lot of choices for us, and so it's going to be interesting to see how the playing field is going to develop in the next few years, how our gaming is going to change. One thing that, I'll be honest, in the Old Republic right now, one thing I am missing that I really enjoyed when I was just playing WoW just this last couple weeks is that even though I was against it at first, and I don't know why, the looking for group system in WoW that Blizzard had in place, I found myself really drawn and enjoying the fact that while I was leveling Baby Druid, I could just, once I hit level 15, I could queue up for a dungeon, and within a matter of minutes, I was pulled into a dungeon with 4 other random people. That's the issue. Sometimes the randomness is way too random and way not what you want. And yes, you lose the personal interaction, and sometimes that's lost. But even with that, I enjoy being able to do that and accomplish stuff. Where right now in Tor, sometimes you have to depend on trying to find other guildies on or other people on, or if you have a leveling partner that you're working with, make sure that they're online or stuff like that. And it can be a little frustrating, to be honest. But it still does not take away from the overall joy of it. So, gaming, what's it going to look like, especially for MMO players in the next year to the next few years? I don't know. And I just, as I'm a casual player, a casually hardcore player, I'm looking forward to it, and I'm looking forward to meeting more people. So that, random gamer coffee vlog for Friday, I hope you enjoy it. I hope it made sense. And I'd love to hear what you think about what MMO gaming is going to look like in the future, because we have so many options now. Not like it was where we only had 2 or 3 or 4 to choose from. So, good morning. We made it to the weekend almost, if you're still at work or still wondering what's happening outside your window. And can't wait to hear from you. See you on Monday. Bye. As my chair squeaks.